The term handcrafted gets thrown around a lot these days. It's become a movement, a trend that can obscure the passionate folks who actually make amazing things by hand. Their remarkable stories need to be told, and I'm going to find them. I'm Anthony Bourdain, and this is Raw Craft. Greenpoint, Brooklyn is a neighborhood in transition. Formerly an industrial hub, its rope factories and lumber yards have long since come down. But Greenpoint's long history with craftspeople remains. Peek into a converted warehouse and you might just find the next great furniture designer. Someone like Mats Christeen of Foundry Wood. Inspired by his neighborhood, Mats specializes in modern, one-of-a-kind pieces that juxtapose clean steel lines with the organic shapes found in reclaimed wood. His work is a study in rugged contrast, not unlike the man himself. Even in a town like New York, where a population of 8 million people means 8 million stories, Mats' journey is an unusual one. He came to furniture design, believe it or not, after a career as a professional hockey player in Sweden.
How you doing? How you doing? Good to meet you. You came here to play hockey initially?
I got drafted, so I went to Nashville for a couple of camps, but that's not why I moved to New York. That was for modeling, actually.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's sort of counterintuitive. I mean, to play hockey and be a model, I mean, your other activity is probably among the most likely to mess your face up real bad.
Yeah, every once in a while it worked in my favor, a little black eye, you know? But I had to stop playing hockey because I had 9 knee surgeries, so.
How many?
9.
Hockey to furniture?
Furniture was always my passion. Since I can remember, I was always helping my dad around the house. He built the house I grew up in. I always got the question from my mom, do you want to come to the movies with your older sisters or go to Home Depot with your dad? Hands down, I chose Home Depot. Just a little overall, you can see that I'm a big fan of random patterns.
I don't see a through line here. They're all very different.
That's how my mind works.
What's the starting point for you? I mean, if it's not a commission piece, if you're just making an existing object,
my starting point is probably what I have in the shop. Take what you have. Some of the best pieces that I've done have come about that way. This one is one of them, only because I bought those wheels when I first moved to New York. Just thought they were cool. They were laying around for 10 years. The door is an old mahogany door from a prestige building uptown.
Does wood have a soul?
I think so. That's why I like using reclaimed wood. Where it's been, I wish I could know every time exactly where the wood comes from. That's why this one means so much to me.
But I mean, look, this hunk of wood here, that looks like a ship beam.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen beams like this that wash the shore.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty magnificent piece of wood. Where'd this come from?
This one, believe it or not, but I found it in Williamsburg. That's happened more than a few times. How fast can you get a car?
It's like worse than help me move. It's like, let's go pick up a big hunk of wood.
Yeah, it's my friends get a workout when they hang out with me.
All right, I am not giving you any contact information. I don't care what you find in the state.
Mats' furniture is so unique that I'm excited to see how he brings such disparate elements together in his tiny New York City-sized workshop.
Okay, so what I'm working on here, I've had these slabs for a good while in the shop, just staring at them, trying to figure out what to do. They were a little too narrow to just glue up to a tabletop. Since they're super clean and nice, once they're all sanded and done, of course, I just thought it would be cool to add a little element of the reclaimed again. So instead of just, putting one board down the middle, I just thought I'd have some fun and make my little puzzle. Again, it's the whole, stuff that nobody would use, but together it comes together as a nice piece.
Mats is an improvisational carpenter. It's unusual to find someone who treats furniture making like playing a jazz piano, but watching him work makes it clear. he is one of a kind.
Should we get going on a little welding?
Yeah, hell yeah.
The base?
Where should I put this, up on the table?
Yeah.
Luke, I am your friend. Okay.
Welding, it's not rocket science. And just do a nice, slow
Just a little line there.
In the crack. Yeah. Nice.
Cool. All right, I'm joining the union.
Work your way out. And then as you go, you kind of see in what kind of shape you want. Oh, let's try to make it look like it grows. But you get a sense of how time-consuming it is.
You're making it up as you go along, generally speaking?
Yeah, this is my own little meditation, and for sure I change my mind 10 times before it's done.
That's right, Mats is welding metal without a plan.
Very good. So this will be one of two legs, essentially.
Correct.
Two bases for this table you're working on.
Yes.
And you're thinking wine rack that won't look like a wine rack.
Right.
So you can choose to either use it as one or not.
Exactly.
Taking the old and reclaiming it for new. It's at the heart of not just Foundry Wood's aesthetic, but also the tension driving Greenpoint today.
So, were you at any point in your career professionally trained to do what you're doing?
No. I learned by doing, but I did pick up a lot of techniques and stuff along the way from people that, for example, I had a friend in Sweden who was on the Swedish national carpentry team. Apparently.
Whoa, back up. Is this an Olympic event?
No,
the Swedish National Carpentry Team?
The best carpentry school in Sweden goes
Okay.
around and competes against other best carpentry schools in the world, apparently. They call it the World Cup of Carpentry. But I spent some time at his shop. He taught me a lot. Actually, his dad I worked for a while in construction, not really furniture making, but yeah, as of professional training, no. Well, I look at it this way. You can either get yourself in debt, get the, long education, come out, or you could just do it the way I kind of did it for the last 8 years. Call it a little bit impatient, I guess. But I just wanted to follow what I love doing.
Why are you in Brooklyn? It's expensive. You could be in the Catskills. Okay, it's a bit of a drive, but I mean, you could do what you do anywhere, yes?
But I love the city. The city inspires me. If I lived in the Catskills, I don't think it would be the same.
Cheers.
Mats is just your typical pro hockey player turned model turned bespoke furniture maker. It's a story we've heard a million times, right? That said, his story is proof that passion, creativity, and originality will carry you far. And all three are alive and well in New York City.